Hello everyone, very good morning. In this lab practical we are going to discuss lab fifth one. Okay, so this is a lab fifth one. What is the lab fifth one? See, first we have to analyze the question and understand the question, what they are asking. Okay, what we have to do. Okay, so for that they are asking develop and demonstrate a XHTML file. Okay, so what we have to do? First we have to write XHTML file or XHTML document. In that document includes a JavaScript. Okay, JavaScript. So after that we need to write. So what is the code here? JavaScript we need to write in that XHTML file. After that, this JavaScript, what it contains, that ask a number or it takes or it receives the number n as a input. Okay, so after that n as a input. Okay, n as a input it takes, okay, from the user, and it processing it. Okay, and it produce the first n Fibonacci series. Okay, and it produce after processing n Fibonacci series. Okay, you know already what you know Fibonacci series. A Fibonacci series adding the previous number. Okay, adding the previous number with existing number. That is called as existing. Okay, existing number, that is called as Fibonacci. So for example here 1 2 3 4 5 6, assume there are numbers. So what is the Fibonacci number here? For example 1 plus 2 3, 3 plus 3 6, 6 plus 4 10, 10 plus 5 15. Okay, 15 plus 6 21. Okay, so these are the Fibonacci numbers how we are adding. For example, I'll show you the normal Fibonacci number. So when you enter then 0, so n is a 0, suppose n equal to 0. So when you enter 0, that shows the wrong number. There is no Fibonacci for the 0. This is wrong number. Okay, so after that if you enter n equal to 1, okay, that gives the Fibonacci numbers are 1. Okay, then if you enter n equal to 2, that gives 2 numbers because n is 2. So that gives the previous number. Which are the previous number? 0 and 1. Okay, which are the previous number? 0 and 1. That gives 0, 1, right? And if you enter n equal to 3, if you enter n equal to 3, the Fibonacci numbers are 2 plus 1. Okay, first what it does, 0, it displays two default values. What are those? 0, 1. Okay, this is two Fibonacci numbers. After that here I given 3, right? So what it does, if you want to produce the third Fibonacci number, what it does, it adds the previous two numbers. It adds the previous two numbers. What is that? 0 plus 1 is 1, right? This is the Fibonacci numbers of 3. If you enter n equal to 4, okay, n equal to 4, so first basic the Fibonacci numbers are 0 and 1. Okay, if it is greater than 1, okay, then only it produces 0 and 1. Otherwise, if it is n equal to 0, wrong number, n equal to 1, 1. If it is greater than 1, it produces two numbers by default, right? So n equal to 4. Now I want to produce 4 numbers, but here there are 2. So what it does, up to 4, what it does, first it adds the previous two numbers, that is 0 plus 1 is 1. Again one more number is required, so that is called as 1 plus 1. Now again add the two previous number, that is 1 plus 1, 2. Like this we have to find out the Fibonacci number, right? So for that I want to write on program. Okay, I want to write on program like this. So what you have to do, this is HTML code. So okay, I want to take HTML program like this. Okay, HTML program. So this is XHTML. So I taken doc type. Language you have to remove, no problem if it is there. Okay, just remove it. So this is called as Fibonacci. Which program it is? the Fibonacci series, right? Fibonacci series. Okay, this is a title of this document. So within a body section I want to display the series. Okay, Fibonacci series. So for that I want to write here, for example I want to write some h1. Okay, I want to write h1 because I want to display a Fibonacci series. Okay, series R. Okay, then close, then save. Okay, where I want to save, there is a Fibonacci dot html. Okay, now I want to display this one. So output is like this, but it is not display any Fibonacci series, but just what I did only I return h1. Okay, so for that what I do is h1 like this, save this one. I want to make this is center, so what you have to do, center. Okay, center, copy, center and paste, close it, save, execute. Now this is the center. Okay, Fibonacci series R, but it is still not display any numbers. Okay, so what we have to do, we have to write the JavaScript code. So in this body section we have to write script tab. Okay, so we have to tell to the browser this is a script. Okay, script code. So you have to write type, which type you are typing. Okay, writing here. So this is text or JavaScript. Okay, in this code we are writing JavaScript only, JavaScript or text, right? So then must and should have to close script. Okay, after that in this is a programming language, you know already the scripting. JavaScript is a programming language. Okay, so every programming language, you know, there is some rules and structure. Okay, here also some rules. Whenever you have to write some programming language, must and should know the knowledge about the scripting language. Okay, every programming language you must and should know. Okay, so if you want to create like this this program, must and should you need some variables to storing the values. If you want to store 0, 1, okay, previous numbers, we need some variables. So for that what you have to do, we are writing some variables. Okay, so for example pib. Okay, so right, pib is a one variable equal to 0. I am assigning some value for storing 0, right? So if you want to declare variable, we need one var variable. Okay, the var is a keyword which is declare a variable. Now in this variable I am storing only 0. So we need some default values. So we need some default values like pib1 equal to 0. I'll tell you why I have taken pib1 equal to 0. Then pib2 equal to 1, because see, according to rules of Fibonacci series, must and should have to use default values 0 and 1. Okay, then after that so I want to give some prompt. So because the browser will ask the user to enter the number, right? So for that what I am writing, the number is a variable. Okay, number is the name of the variable that asks the number, that want to store the number in for example 5 in number is a storage variable. Okay, number is a storage variable. So if I want to ask the number, I am using a prompt. Okay, using prompt we want to in prompt we are entering the number. Okay, so here enter the number, okay, colon /n, okay, then colon double quote. Okay, so here semicolon. This is like programming language. Okay, this is the programming language. Save. Okay, now I want to execute this one. Okay, so it is not working here because this is editor. Okay, just copy this one, go to the browser, okay, paste here, then see now it is asking, see here what it, this is a prompt. Okay, here enter the number, just I am putting 2, then okay. See, but it is not producing any series because still we are not giving any logic, just we are accessing the number. So when you are accessing that number, that's stored in number. Okay, using that number I want to give this some logic. Okay, how to give the logic? First we have to check the condition. Okay, according to see here what I given, if n equal to 0, that tells to the user that is a wrong number you entered. Okay, if you given 1, that display the 1, so that is you have to use some logic. Okay, so how you write a logic? So first if condition, first if you want to check the condition, we write if. Okay, bracket, then num is not equal to null. Okay, sorry, null, your number is not equal to null. Okay, and your number is greater than 0, this is one condition I written. Okay, so what it does, when you enter number, for example 2, that the number is not equal to 0, true, because that entered number is 2. Okay, here you entered 2, that number is stored in num. Okay, so that number 2 is not equal to null, true, and 2 is greater than 0, true. Okay, so when the both conditions are satisfied or true, the cursor comes within a curly braces. Okay, so here what I am writing, if n is not equal to 0 and greater than 0, what I am writing, if suppose the num is equal to 1. Okay, if the entire number is 1, that produce what? That produce 0. Okay, so here I told you that I produce number equal to 1. Okay, that produce 0. Okay, so now so if you want to display document dot, if you want to display anything on the window browser, you have to write one line, document dot write. Okay, document dot write. Okay, in bracket semicolon, within that bracket I am writing the HTML code also you can write. Okay, just I am writing like this, just normal pib1. Okay, if you enter a number is equal to 1, that is equal to 1, that displays the 0 because pib1 is equal to 0. Okay, so that is a document dot write, then save. First I want to execute this one, how it works. Okay, reload this one. So now I want to enter 0, it is not displaying anything. Okay, because you have not written any 0 condition. Okay, so now enter, I want to enter 1. Okay, see here, this side is, see, this is print 0, right? So if you want to print the below this one, just you have to make it as a center. So how to make a center here? Just within double quote, you know already Java codes. If you want to write a strings, okay, within a double quote you have to write like this. Here also we are writing, okay, string plus, if you want to join two strings, so again you have to write like this. Okay, so what you have to write here, center, then save, come back, reload 1. See now the values comes in center 0, the Fibonacci 1 equal to 0. Now after that the else part, I am writing else part, because if the number is greater than 0, okay, if the number is greater than 0, what you have to write, the code, the first default two values are print. So if the number is greater than 0, what it does, the first it prints default 2 0 and 1. So for that I am writing some code. Okay, so what is the code here? Document dot write bracket double quote. Okay, so center, I want to make it as a center, so or else I want to copy this line, no problem. Okay, paste it. So first, what are the two default values we are printing? 0 and 1. The pib is 0. Okay, pib is 0. So I want to make it as a break, because after one I want to print new line. Okay, so br like this. Then after that, double quote, here I want to print the second value, that is pib2. Okay, pib2 is 1, right? So double quote. Okay, double quote. So now if the number is greater than 1, okay, the else part is coming. The else part is coming. What it prints? Center. Make it as center. Then first 0 is printing, then text new line, again second value is printing. Now save this one. So that condition is only for the greater than 1, that is 2. See now 0 and printing, 0 and 1 printing, right? So suppose if it is greater than 2, so now suppose I am entering 2. If it is greater than 2 or 3 or 4, so what we have to do? We have to use the for condition, okay, looping condition. So then only it prints the next values one by one. Okay, so for we have to print. So which value we are starting? The third one. Okay, already we are default 2 is printing, right? So for that we are printing the third one, that is I equal to 3. The index starts from 3 because already 2 values are printing. See here. So our the third value is starting. Okay, I equal to 3, semicolon, I is less than equal to num. I is less than equal to num, semicolon, I plus plus. Okay, then open and close here. So this is a condition. What I have written? The third value. Okay, I want to third. If you want to print a third value, what you have to do? Adding these two numbers. Okay, previous two numbers. So it checks. First it checks if the number is greater than 2 or not. Okay, I is 3. 3 is less than 3. Okay, 3 is less than 3. Suppose if you, sorry, I want to write here a number equal to 3 or 5. Number equal to 5. Suppose if the number is equal to 5, false. Okay, here it prints it is greater than 1, it prints two values. After that it comes here, the I starts from 3. Okay, so now the 3 is less than equal to 5, true, the condition is true, comes here. So if the greater than 2, what you have to do? First you have to print two values. Okay, so adding previous 2 and then prints. So I am printing, so first I am adding two values, the pib1, okay, plus pib2. Those values stored in, I want to store in another value. Okay, equal to pib. Okay, pib is one variable that stores pib1. Okay, now what I have to do? After that I want to print the third number, right? I want to print third number. So we have to write the printing statement like this: document, right? Document dot write into bracket semicolon. Okay, here I want to print the pib because it adding the first and second, the whatever we are adding first and second value that stored in pib. So I want to print like here. Okay, if I want to print the third value is center. Okay, center. So center. So we have to write the center HTML tag. We have to write center. Then here also write the center. So center. So here what I have to write? Double quote. Here I will write double quote because this is one string. This is also an HTML. If you are writing the HTML code in within a JavaScript, must and should have to write within a double quote. Okay, so here this is a script value. So for that we have to write plus. Here it will write plus. Okay, so now I want to print if it is working or not. Okay, first I have to save, then open, then reload. Okay, 3. If it is 3, okay, then after that pib1, pib2, this one pib. So now what I have to do? The whatever previous value, okay, it is pib1 equal to pib2 to semicolon, then pib2 is equal to pib, right? So what I have to do is the third value. Okay, after third value I want to add next values because the n is 5. Sorry, Okay, n is 5. The first default value is 0 and 1. So next value start from, if you want to print third value, the I value start from third value. Okay, the 3 is greater than equal to less than equal to 5, true. The cursor comes here. What it checks, it adds the first two value 0 and 1 that produce third value. Okay, third value, then that prints third value. After that, the next value, we need next value, that is fourth value, because until the condition is gets fail. Okay, so the next value is what, the third value, and after that the previous value of third value. Okay, so third value is this one, that is stored in pib2, because we need pib1 pib2. Okay, pib2 is stored in pib1, so that is what the concept, right? Now save. Okay, then come to the browser, reload. See, if you enter 0, there is no output. If you enter 1, 0 output. If you enter 2, 0 and 1. If you enter 3, 0 1 1, because there are three values. What it does, if you want to produce third value, that adding the previous two values 0 and 1, right? Then again 4, right? It adding, if you want to produce third value, because there are four values. Okay, if you want to produce third value, we are adding these two numbers. If you want to produce fourth value, we are adding these two numbers. Okay, now 5, this is a fifth value of Fibonacci. If you want to produce this value, we are adding these two numbers. So suppose if you want to adding 6. Okay, like this is called as Fibonacci series. Okay, I hope this is clear to you. Okay, thank you.